Good evening and welcome to tonight's neighborhood meeting. My name is Riley Anderson and I'm a planner with the city's Development Services Department. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to present to you, the neighborhood, a development concept being considered by the owner and development team of 324 and 328 Ardagh Road prior to a formal development application being submitted to the city. This provides an opportunity for the development team to hear initial community feedback and incorporate it into their plans prior to making a full and formal development application to the city. Please be aware we're recording this meeting for the public record. The recording will be used for the purpose of garnering your input and to respond to inquiries and will be considered public information. Please also be aware that as a registered attendee tonight, your email address will be added to the mailing list so that you can receive further information about the application as it progresses. Should you have questions regarding the collection, please contact the Development Services Department. I would also like to let everyone know that there are staff behind the scenes managing the technology this evening. They're here to make sure the meeting runs smoothly, to grant participants the opportunity to speak, and to assist with any questions in the chat. Please bear with us if we have any issues, and if for some reason you get disconnected, please feel free to log in again. The intent of tonight's meeting is to provide members of the public with an opportunity to become familiar with the development application and the planning review process, and to also ask the applicant questions and provide feedback. What to expect during the virtual neighborhood meeting? A brief overview of the city's review process and timing, a presentation from the applicant's representatives describing the proposal, and an opportunity to ask questions of either the applicant or city staff and provide comments or identify concerns with the proposal. What not to expect? A city staff recommendation on the application or a detailed analysis on the proposal. This occurs later in the process, and a debate on the merits of the proposal between city staff and the applicant. Before we get into the presentation, I just wanted to quickly highlight the next steps in the application process. This neighborhood meeting is established early in the process to ensure local concerns are incorporated or addressed throughout the city's review. After this meeting, we expect the applicant will make a formal application submission for the development project. Formal submissions undergo full technical review and must address comments received from this neighborhood meeting, from the city's technical departments and external agencies, and from members of the public more broadly. In conjunction with this, a statutory public meeting will be held virtually on the application at Affordability Committee. At a public meeting, applicants present their application to council, answer questions, and provide an overview and response to any questions, concerns identified during a prior neighborhood meeting. As part of the public meeting, members of the public also have an opportunity to provide verbal or written comments. Following a public meeting, staff continue the technical review process and the applicants make any necessary revisions to the development proposal. Once the review process has concluded, a staff recommendation report is brought forward to council for their consideration. All comments received throughout the review process, including those received at the neighborhood and public meetings, are identified and addressed in the staff report and form part of staff's recommendation on the subject application. A staff report for this particular application would likely be brought forward to council sometime in 2025. I will now move on to the applicant's presentation. As mentioned, the proposed project and application will be presented first, which we will then follow with a question and comment period. Tonight, we're focusing on a zoning bylaw amendment proposed at 324 and 328 Ardagh Road. The applicant's planner is Nick Scarrett and Adam Fiorini from Innovative Planning Solutions. The proposed amendment to the zoning bylaw would rezone the property from residential single detached dwelling first density to residential multiple dwelling second density with special provisions to facilitate the development of 3 blocks of back-to-back townhouse dwellings for a total of 51 units. I will now hand the meeting over to Nick and Adam, who will first introduce themselves and then share their presentation on the proposed development.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for attending tonight's meeting. We are talking about the 324 and 328 Ardagh Road in the City of Barrie, an application for zoning bylaw amendment specifically. My name is Adam Fiorini and I am a planner at Innovative Planning Solutions, retained by the client to facilitate this application. The purpose of this meeting is to formally introduce the application and our intent of developing the subject lands for residential townhouse dwellings. The subject site contains 2 parcels of land, 324 Ardagh Road and 328 Ardagh Road. The 2 parcels combined have a total area of 1.21 acres and have an approximate frontage of 60 meters along Ardagh Road. There currently exist 2 single detached dwellings on the subject lands, 1 per parcel, with associated garage structures. Access to the dwellings is found on Ardagh Road. And as you can see here, 328 Ardagh Road is shorter in length than 328 Ardagh Road. It is more elongated in length. The lands are centered within an existing residential subdivision comprised of largely single detached residential dwellings with commercial uses servicing areas near Highway 400. Important to note, there are a variety of higher density residential uses mixed in within the neighborhood, specifically to the east and to the west of Ardagh Road, that was classified as an arterial road within the official plan. The proposed development intends to provide 51 residential units across 3 blocks as shown on screen, of 4-story back-to-back condo townhouses. Included within the development will be 3 amenity areas, 1 to serve each residential block. And additionally, a private roadway and associated landscaped areas will be provided with a total of 75 parking spaces. There are other associated development features provided, including 6 waste disposal bins and 3 snow storage areas on the subject lands. The next 2 slides will demonstrate proposed renderings for the development, showing regard for streetscape features while providing the appropriate setbacks to allow for integration within the existing community. And this rendering here shows an example of the proposed amenity area to be provided within the development in between 2 of the residential blocks proposed. And, go back. And located near the bottom of the screen are the waste disposal bins proposed as well. So the lands are currently designated neighborhood area within the City of Barrie official plan, and they are zoned single detached first density R1 within the City of Barrie zoning bylaw 2009-141. So the proposed development currently conforms to the official plan with no amendment required, as residential uses are permitted within the neighborhood area designation. Additionally, as mentioned before, Ardagh Road is classified as an arterial road within the official plan. However, through this application for zoning bylaw amendment, we are intending to rezone the lands from single detached dwelling first density R1 to residential second density multiple dwelling RM2 with special provisions, which will be supportive of the proposed townhouse units. The site-specific exceptions proposed within this development are included on the next slide. So some of the site-specific provisions proposed within this development are a reduction in front yard setback, a reduction in front yard setback regarding the deck encroachment, a reduction in rear yard setback, an increase in lot coverage and gross floor area, an increase in maximum height, a reduction in landscape buffer and parking, deviation from the storage of garbage, recyclables, and organic waste within an enclosed building, a reduction of the 7-meter buffer of landscape open space to secondary ground entrance, and a reduction in parking spaces per unit. And to kind of summarize the proposal as it exists today, the lands are within the City of Barrie's built-up area. They are located within an existing residential subdivision. They meet the policies of intensification along arterial roads. The proposed development respects the existing low-rise character of the neighborhood while providing appropriate setbacks to the surrounding uses. It provides for a mixed housing type in terms of gentle intensification. It utilizes and promotes existing services and surrounding uses, and provides for a functional design contributing to residential housing market needs within the city's growth projections. And so with that, I want to thank everyone who was able to attend the neighborhood meeting today. And now I will now open it up to the public for questions and comments regarding this application.